Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Hey, so I have some audio that I want to play of Elder Ayala of Dallas's World War III All-Go update. It's entitled Trade Wars / World War III. Because he brought out this good point of this clip, right? So I want to play this clip, so Lord willing, you can hear it.
Play this real quick. Here is some of the key data on U.S. trade. In 2023, some $3.8 trillion worth of goods were imported into the United States. Mexico, China, and Canada, the three countries President Trump is imposing harsh tariffs on, accounted for around 40% of those goods. On the face of it, tariffs are about tax. Mexico, China, and Canada, the three countries President Trump is...
Now, on this audio, it shows a picture because this is a video in which he's playing from Channel 4 News entitled What Trump Wants from Trade Tariffs. Now, Mexico is $475.6 billion of trade goods imported value. China is $427.2 billion. Canada is $421.1 billion. And then underneath that, you have Germany, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, and India, right? Now, the thing about this is that being that America, has very little, goods in which it exports, all the goods in which America receives are imported goods, man. So by Trump, issuing in these tariffs, and Elder Ayala broke it down beautifully, it's basically America taking back their buying power, man. They're saying, hey, we're just not going to buy these things. Now, does it hurt America in the end? Yeah, it's a double-edged sword due to the fact that the goods supplied from these countries, the Americans do need. But at the same time, it also hurts these countries that ship these goods to America. So just imagine, $475.6 billion, that same value being decreased or cut by half or a third. It may not seem like a lot because they're still getting over 125 billion, but being that they don't get that full 100% of what they used to get, that economy and that strength that dollar brought to that economy weakens, man, right? And on top of that, what happens is if America doesn't buy these goods, then guess what? They sit there. Now, these goods take money to produce, right? It takes money to produce these goods as well, man. So on top of producing it, using your money to produce these goods and not receiving the money to send those goods out, it harms them. It's almost double fold, man. Right? That's why Trump was able to put that tariff on New Mexico, on Mexico, and say if y'all don't send 10,000, I believe it was 1,000 or 10,000 troops into the border, then guess what? I'm gonna put tariffs on you. And you know what they did? They went to that border, man. They sent troops among that border because they didn't want to get those tariffs placed on them. But this in turn, does have these nations start to hate America, man, because now it's not just we got the force of the sword to bully you with. Hey, it's now we have the dollar to bully you with, right? This is Jeremiah 51, because what this does, it still weakens Babylon the Great, man, right? Because internally is going to fall first before it's an external destruction, man. This Jeremiah 51:7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? And ultimately, it has been drunken through their philosophies, right? Babylon has pushed all this wine, these philosophies, the democracy, the Hollywood industry. We can go on and on, the pharmaceutical industry in terms of the diseases and all the hells, man, right? America has poured that cup to all these nations and forced them to drink it, right? It says that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And you're starting to see these nations rebel against them, man. And then it's going to start monetarily, right? It's going to start with, tit for tat tariffs, as the elders video has been going into, man. But ultimately, with America having no goods produced here or very few goods produced here, it doesn't look good for here. And that's why engineer famine is going to happen as well, because your countries like Canada and Mexico, who bring forth, a bunch of produce here. Even Esau telling Jake, this northern kingdom, hey, we got ice ready for you, basically. Hey, well, that harms the American supply chain for food, man. Right? It says the nations have drunken ever wine, therefore the nations are mad, and they're starting to become sober of it, man. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right? So a great judgment is going to befall this place due to the wickedness. And these nations are ultimately just tired of this place, man. It's been a bully, and that sentiment is being pushed. Oh, America above all, right? And these nations like, well, if we mount up against this place, hey, yeah, we need your dollar, but at the same time, they think it's going to be another global power after Babylon, right? Meaning of man upon the earth, which is bullshit, man. The next to rule is Yahweh Shai, man. The elect, you know. Yahweh Shai, King David the 12, and the rest of the elect, man. That's who's up next. So this kingdom is just going to be translated from Esau right into the hands of Jake, right? That's why it says for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Now I want to play more of this video, right? So 1 second.
Imposing harsh tariffs on accounted for around 40% of those goods. On the face of it, tariffs are about tackling trade deficits, with the US importing more goods than it's been exporting. The deficit with some of its key partners has been widening, though. In November 24, it operated at a deficit of $5 billion with Canada, $15.3 billion with Mexico, and a massive $24.9 billion with China.
So that's how much, basically America lost per each of those countries. Now, the thing about it is, hey, with Trump wanting everything to be made in America again, right? By saying make America great again. What this does is he's trying to basically monopolize on these industries again, which it can't. This is not something, that could just happen overnight, man. That's a gradual system that, would then have to be put in place just to get a glimpse of the power back. Because these countries in which are sending, billions of dollars worth of goods to America, it's not like they just gonna stop producing it, just like your uranium. Here it is. He put another a nuclear deal together with I believe Iran and Russia, and basically said, hey, we're gonna tax, he said we're gonna tax your uranium, but on top of that, we're gonna make it not accessible or not as easily accessible to purchase. But the thing is with that is now he's trying to circumvent that same nuclear deal to get the same uranium-235, because what Trump also wants, which is really the elites, they want to produce uranium-235 here in America, right? Now, the problem with that is the old uranium basically processing facilities here in America, they're not able to process the new uranium. They can only process the uranium-235 that they're currently buying from the rest of these other countries, man. So him trying to monopolize these industries now, along with, AI being the forefront of jobs, guess what? You're not going to be able to set up your enterprise how you want to, man. And that's why the scripture tells us, in the book of Job, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to just grab it. This is Job 14, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And that's just the point, man. The Lord isn't going to allow you to, set up everything how you want it to be. No. Right? Because ultimately, Esau is going to kamikaze it, man. This is how this devil gets down. What's that, Job 12 or 5 and 12? Right? It reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So let's get back to it.
Well, earlier I spoke to...
And those are just the top three. This is worldwide. This is worldwide. Basically, the United States is propping up a lot of these economies by consuming their goods and basically, getting them paid. That's why when America goes down, the whole world is going. When Babylon goes down, the whole thing's going to drop.
And that's why it says what it says in the book of Revelation, 18th chapter, man. Right, which is the point of this lesson here, right? The goods and services in which all these nations, send forth to America from America's purchasing power and dollar, Hey, when the scriptures speak about, them bewailing, there's Revelation 18, and I'm gonna start here at 4. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." And that goes back to the pride of Esau, right? It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire," speaking of thermonuclear destruction. "For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth," right, these nations, "who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her." How did they live deliciously with her? Hey, the nations have gotten rich through through Babylon's dollar, man, right? Their economies have basically been able to stand due to the fact that America just continues to buy, right? It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." And why is that? Because they're going to know that, hey, once America gets hit, also America is going to shoot off nukes themselves. But once America get hit and destroyed, man, utterly wasted, as the scriptures say, they're going to know that that money that they once got from this place is going to no longer be in circulation. So when a nation is so used to its economy being boosted by the power of the dollar, and then that dollar just is eradicated, and that nation is eradicated off the earth, hey, there's no way for you to recover. It's going to take such a great hit that there isn't going to be a power upon the earth that's next, man. It's going to be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua who's in the next ruling seat, man. Right? And he's going to put what? His elect, in that governing body. Right? It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore." So all the goods and services in which they once sold into this place, hey, it won't happen. Right? It says, "The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple, and silk and scarlet and all thanine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble." And these are all the things, that are shipped here. "And cinnamons and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil, and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep, and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men." Right? America ships these back. Right? It says, "And the fruits that the soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught." It's all for nothing, man. Right? "And every shipmaster and all the accompanying ships and sailors, and as many as traded by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate." Hey, so these nations are going to take a hit. And on top of that, the elect, they're going to be saved. The 144,000 and 1/3. And then guess what? After that, hey, comes a new rulership. Right? The kingdom is translated from one people into another. From Esau right into the hands of Jacob, man. Right? This Sirach 10 and 4. It says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." And that is only going to come through destruction of this place, man. So I just wanted to bring forth this lesson to the body. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Harakakodash. I double honors unto the apostles and apostles and elders, apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.